Until recently, Greek wine meant retsina, a low-quality white wine flavored with pine resin. But in the past few decades, the Greek wine industry has undergone a quiet revolution. Retsina, with its turpentine-like overtones, has been replaced by world-class wines made from indigenous grape varieties like Moscofilero, Xinomavro, and Aioritiko. Alexander Megapanos, a wine producer in Attica, believes that Aioritiko belongs in the company of the most prestigious red wine grapes.
Here in Greece we have excellent wines, and I am very honest saying that. I'm sure that if France had, for example, Aioritiko, today in the world we would not be talking about Cabernet Sauvignon, we would be talking about Aioritiko planted in any spot of the world. I believe that Aioritiko is an excellent varietal, as much as other Greek varietals. And what is important is to try to give the people a notion of something new. We do not have lots of money to promote, and we cannot compete neither with the Chileans nor with the Australians or South Africans or any of these New World wines that use Cabernet, Chardonnay, Sauvignon, and all these French varietals that today we call them international varietals. So this is what we're doing. We're giving them something new. Savatiano, Aioritiko, Xinomavro, Moscofilero. New varietals and new dreams, perhaps, to get into something, to make their fantasy grow.
Alexander believes that good wine is more than just the sum of its parts.
Wine, I would say, is not a beverage, is a product of civilization. Wine is something that is a product that comes out of a certain area, of a certain region, that it is produced in a certain way, with special varietals, with special way, the vines are treated in a way, in order to produce something which is more or less common with the same character for the same area. And in fact, a wine should represent, should reflect the character of the region.
As he introduces his first bottle, a white wine using the Savatiano grape, he shares some history. The first Retsina was made accidentally, when pine resin, used to seal an amphora, dripped into the Savatiano wine inside and flavored it.
This is a product that comes back from the ancient times, where they used to close the amphoras with a kind of top, which was a kind of cloth on the top of the amphora, and they were warming the pine resin, and they were pouring the wine resin on the top of this cloth to seal it. And after a while, part of it was dropping into the wine. And this is how, little by little, people started to like that. And still today, we use that. But if someone comes to Greece and drinking a Retsina, he expects to drink a Sauvignon, he would say, my God, Greece's wines are awful, which is not the case.
Nowadays, Retsina is harder to find as Greek winemakers adopt new methods and experiment with more varietals, both the native Greek varietals and the so-called international grapes, like Chardonnay and Cabernet. Greece's many different microclimates yield wines in a wide range of styles. Excellent wines come from places as diverse as northern Macedonia, where the summers are rainy, and Santorini, where it rarely rains at all.